Guess what? Today, let's talk about Buggy, Mihawk, and Crocodile are the leaders of Cross Guild. But let me ask you this, how much do we actually know about each of them? In the past, I've talked about Buggy and Mihawk, but what about Crocodile? He's easily the most mysterious one. Let me explain how he is connected to God Valley and to the Davy clan. Please watch until the end. It will connect extremely well. And by the end, you'll understand who Crocodile really is. Let's start with the big reveal. Are you ready for this? Crocodile is actually a princess, a member of the Davy clan. As crazy as that sounds, there is an explanation. This is basically confirmed already. Crocodile was originally a woman. The piercing is on the wrong side. In the live action, we literally see a woman clearly implied to be Crocodile. During Roger's execution scene, we see all the warlords' faces, except Crocodile. There is even a rainbow above him on a manga cover. He had an Okama as his number 2 commander. How convenient. And it's hilarious that Crocodile, who once was a woman, has literal crocodiles with bananas on their heads. The chapter itself is named Banana Wani. Wani in Japanese means crocodile, so banana crocodile. Very heavy symbolism around bananas here. Even his hobby is collecting mushrooms. What kind of mushrooms are we talking about here? The Straw Hat's comments say it all. What weird bananas! Bananas are growing out of the gators, and if you still doubt this is real, remember Ivankov's words. If he tries anything funny, I'll fix him. I know his weakness. The only leverage Ivankov could possibly have over Crocodile is returning him to his original gender. It's certain that Crocodile was originally a woman, and Ivankov turned her into a man. So yes, bananas did literally grow out of the gator for that to happen. And Crocodile did end up finding his mushroom. Some of what I just said has been speculated before, but this is where we connect Crocodile to the larger picture. Why would Crocodile even turn herself into a man? Not to become some heroic symbol of the masses, that is for sure. So, what was the purpose? Look at every single action Crocodile has ever taken. Forming Baroque Works, infiltrating Alabasta, becoming a warlord, attempting to take Pluton. It's obvious, Crocodile wants power, but the question is, why does he want it that badly? Because he's trying to take revenge on those who stole his kingdom. Remember what Cobra told him. When he revealed he wanted to create his own kingdom, that the world government would never allow such a thing. Crocodile answered that this is exactly why he needs Pluton. A weapon powerful enough to destroy entire islands. If he had that power, the world government could no longer oppose him. His line to Vivi is also telling, "This country is populated by idiots." In situations like this, even a princess is powerless. Why would he say something like that? Because he knows this personally. Crocodile was once a princess. Look at Crocodile's childhood flashback. He looks like a little girl trying to act boyish. Fancy outfit, carrying a gun. And who loves guns more than anyone? Nobility. Young Doflamingo literally screamed at civilians demanding a gun so he could shoot them. The exact same behavior. He's always dressed in elegance, fancy coat, rings, expensive dining. Everything about him radiates nobility. This doesn't look like a normal pirate lifestyle at all. And when he captured everyone in Alabasta, Sanji tricked him with the codename Mr. Prince. Crocodile got irrationally angry the moment he heard that word. That reaction only makes sense if Prince hits a personal trauma. And look at the symbolism. Crocodiles Banana Wani, banana crocodiles, get defeated by Sanji. A guy who literally spent 2 years being chased by Okama. That is extremely deliberate symbolism by Oda. Crocodile even says, if the country vanishes, the royal line also vanishes. maybe that isn't just a dramatic line. Maybe that is his own personal experience. When Crocodile calls Sanji, Mr. Prince, a peon, Zako in Japanese, it shows he still considers himself above others. He still thinks like royalty. His line to Vivi, "Your idealism makes me want to vomit." Why would he react that violently? Because he sees in Vivi his younger self. We even have those two famous cover artworks, Vivi singing to sparrows, and the sparrows coming out of Crocodile. The cover title literally says, "The Woman's Secret." What woman's secret could that possibly imply? The symbolism is extremely direct. Crocodile talks about creating his own country, a nation that will surpass the world government. It will be a kingdom of legend. Where would he even hear that phrase? Could he have heard about the legendary ancient kingdom from the Davy clan? We know Rocks and Blackbeard also wanted to create their own nation and become king. Why? Because they believed their ancestor, Davy D. Jones, was once a king too. Crocodile says that weakness is an unforgivable sin. Remember Kuina. She believed being a woman was a weakness and wished she was born a man so she could get stronger. What if Crocodile also believed being a woman was a weakness based on his past experience? So he changed his gender to become stronger, similar to Kuina, believing becoming male would make her stronger, and then tried to obtain Pluton and his own kingdom for revenge against the world government. But why the world government specifically? 99% of the time, Oda tells us which sea a character comes from. West Blue, North Blue, and so on. Yet, Crocodile is never given a sea of origin. That alone is suspicious, especially because Oda deliberately gives him the title "The" in front of his name. It's clear, Crocodile lost his own country and is trying to recreate a new one to take revenge on the government. And that is precisely why he trusts no one, because of his horrible past experience. One likely possibility here is that he must have originally come from God Valley, or another nation where the celestial dragons held the annual rabbit hunts. But God Valley makes the most sense, and here's why. Crocodile is 46 years old. God Valley happened 38 years ago. He would have been around 8 years old back then. And this drawing of young Crocodile absolutely looks around that age, meaning that drawing is right before he lost his arm. And do you remember what happened to the king of God Valley? He was killed by Figarland Garling. And how exactly did Garling kill him? He slashed his throat. Now look at Crocodile. The massive scar across his face looks like he was deliberately slashed the same way. And he is missing a hand. What happened to it? The answer is simple. He lost them during the God Valley massacre. So how is he connected to Zebek and the Davy clan? If he is from God Valley, then it's very likely he is connected to the Davy bloodline. Was it a coincidence that Oda introduced Crocodile in Alabasta? Oda modeled Alabasta after ancient Egypt. I have explained this in depth before in my Alabasta and Vivi Pluton video, check it out later. But to summarize briefly, a desert kingdom, pyramids, characters based on Egyptian gods, Pel the falcon, Horus, Shaka the jackal, Anubis. Vivi is modeled after Bastet, cat goddess. She is constantly drawn with cats. Cats are sacred in Alabasta too. Cobra is modeled after Wadjet, the serpent god. And believe it or not, Oda based Crocodile on an Egyptian god as well, Sobek, the Nile crocodile god. Sobek was associated with military might and power. Sobek is also spelled as Sebek, and that sounds extremely close to Zebek, but it doesn't stop with just the name. The symbolism and narrative parallels connect even further. I mentioned all the Egyptian deities, but we are missing one very important one, Taweret, the hippo deity. Hippos are used many times throughout One Piece. Taweret and Sobek are often depicted together in Egyptian myth. And Taweret also has a crocodile-like back, Hippos in One Piece are closely associated with Blackbeard of all people, who we learned is Rock's son. When Oda revealed in SBS which animal he associated with Blackbeard, we found out that it was hippo. This is clearly not just a coincidence. In chapter 584, Oda drew Crocodile with Mr. One, and behind him are hippo bodyguards. We also had that casual encounter between Crocodile and Blackbeard inside Impel Down. Crocodile betrayed his role as a warlord and was imprisoned. And the person who replaced him was none other than Blackbeard, who also betrayed the world government while secretly using them for his own goals. Crocodile, Rocks and Blackbeard all share the exact same ambition: to create their own powerful nation and to be kings. Why? Because they all want revenge on the world government for wiping out their homeland, God Valley. And let me remind you, Blackbeard killed Whitebeard. It might not have been just for the devil fruit. Blackbeard's actions feel extremely personal, and Crocodile also hates Whitebeard. That was his first priority the moment he escaped Impel Down. So both of these two, who were associated with the God Valley, want revenge on Whitebeard. There is a recurring pattern in One Piece. Dee and Davy are always fighting, but ultimately they become frenemies. Roger versus Rocks, Luffy versus Kid, even Luffy versus Buggy, if his connection to Rocks turns out true. Luffy versus Blackbeard and Luffy versus Crocodile perfectly fits this exact same pattern. We saw that Whitebeard destroyed half of God Valley. In my previous video, I explained that God Valley, or at least what was left of it, was later moved from the West Blue to the Grand Line by either Kaido or Shiki. Both of them are capable of doing this with their devil fruits, and we have already seen they have moved islands before. I believe the island known as Banaro is what remains of God Valley. This is the exact same island where Blackbeard and Ace fought, and Oda is very deliberate with this parallel. On God Valley, Roger defeated Rocks. On Banaro, Blackbeard defeated Ace. History repeating itself. The name Banaro is a wordplay on Banana Rocks. How do we know this? Because during the destruction of Ace and Blackbeard's battle, one of the natives literally said Banana Rocks is collapsing. Banana equals Banana Wani, Banana Crocodile. Rocks equals Rocks D Zebek. Now, think about this. Members of the Shichibukai include Kuma and Blackbeard, both present at God Valley. And many fans believe the kid in the flashback is Gecko Moria. And at the end of the God Valley, it was mentioned that the names of the participants in God Valley incident were purged, meaning nobody, not even the world government, knew about them. Eventually, some of them ended up working with the world government. If that turns out to be true, then it would be extremely Oda-like storytelling, foreshadowing that the original 7 warlords secretly all played a role against the world government and towards its downfall. And Crocodile fits into that final puzzle piece perfectly. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next video, and tell me what you think in the comments. Is Crocodile royalty? Is he from the Davy clan? I would love to hear your thoughts. And thank you for watching till the end.